Alrighty, guys, welcome to Uncrowned Kings episode 1. I am your host, Luis Jimenez, and this is going to be your first podcast that you guys are going to be hearing from us. And today's podcast, we have a special guest. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram at Louis J, and you'll know more about this extraordinary human being as well. And I have a really great person that I want to be sharing his story just because it's a phenomenal story. He's actually, I'm very, very proud of him. He's worked very, very hard to get to where he's at. He's positioned himself to be one of the greatest solar representatives on the face of the planet, one of the greatest closers on the planet, and he works for the greatest company in the planet, which is Next Step Solar. And I would like to introduce you, Matthew Rivas.
What's up, man? This is exciting. We're finally doing this.
Dude.
We've been talking about this for a while, man. So this is finally cool to finally have this set up, and we're actually doing this, man. Thank you for having me. I'm honored, excited, and let's give people a show.
Yeah, man, definitely. I just wanted to get straight into the meat and potatoes, bro. I don't like to be the one that's going to be procrastinating and tell you, hey, dude, like, you know, this little fluff podcast. I want you to tell people exactly what you do for a living, bro, how you even got started, and just but before we even hop into that, man, I want to know more who you are as a person, man. So tell people exactly where you grown up, what you're about, man, and what circumstances you came from, man.
It's pretty simple, man. Nothing really too extreme. Pretty much was raised here in Palmdale, California. We know it as the Antelope Valley. We're pretty much combined with Lancaster, Palmdale, Courthill, Acton, a little bit of Bakersfield. So pretty much right there, just north of LA. For people that don't know where we're at, people just go north of Los Angeles, and there they are. 21 years old, lived here my whole life. Nothing really special, man. Occasionally leave the city. I'm a stay-in guy. That's me. That's whenever I have free time, whenever I have time to do my own thing, I do prefer to stay in, just relax.
Tell the ladies how you've been getting jacked all the time.
Oh, man.
Tell them about your powerlifting career.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about what you do outside of solar. Obviously, we know, and we're going to get into the meat and potatoes, guys. Don't worry about that. We're going to talk about how he went from 0 to 6-figure income, literally this, in like probably, what would you say? It was probably like eight months that you're going to be hitting your 6 figures. You're going to be hitting high income when it comes down to what you make monthly.
Yeah, man. So I would say we've been at it for a good 6-8 months. I think these past 2 months, that's when things really spiked up. We made some moves, so that's what really put me in a position to where, you know, we can finally break those 6 digits in the bank account. And I'm excited. I never thought in my life I would ever see potentially see 6 actual digits. Not cents, digits, like full whole amount dollars in the bank account. You know what I mean? It's like for me growing up, I always thought when people made like 60, 80K, like, damn, man, like that's insane. But then, you know, as you start working, talking to and hearing about more people, a little bit more successful people. I'm not saying that the people that made 60, 80 aren't successful. It's just there's different levels to it.
There's just, if you think about it, it's just different definitions of what you find to be successful.
Yeah, your definition of successful. And then, man, once I actually found out that there's actually ways to break that barrier of 6 figures, 7 figures, 9 figures, you know what I mean? We all know those anomalies, not even anomalies, man. Those people that just did it, you know what I mean?
And we know a couple of them.
Yeah,
and we're heading towards there too. We're working our way every single day. And I want to dive into it too, dude, to be able to tell you a little bit more, tell the people about why you do what you do, right? And how'd you even get into solar? Like, how'd you even meet me? How'd you get into Next Step Solar? How'd you even get to solar in general? Because most people are watching this podcast and they're like, who is this guy? Like, you know, how did he get to a 6-figure income? How is he doing what he's doing right now? How do I even get into the industry? And who is this crazy man that's on the left-hand side just, talking his butt off and, charming, handsome young man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
elaborate on that.
we met. Shoot, man. When did our brothers meet? During middle school. I know that was middle school. And then I was probably in 6th grade. I was 11, 12 years old, give or take, somewhere around there. And that's when we crossed paths on the old PS3, the COD community. You know what I mean?
Hey, shout outs to all my gamers, bro.
Yo,
you guys
hey.
know what I'm talking about. We're the quick scoping gang.
Yeah,
know?
you meet some of your coolest friends surprisingly online in gaming. So
That's crazy. No, I have
be
to
ashamed.
thank a lot. I have to thank a lot to gaming, dude. Gaming really did make it a big difference when it came down to like just being game changer, bro. Like it just added on so much to my life. But just to add on right here, we ended up meeting via online. Our brothers were really, really close. Matthew, I automatically knew he was a really cool person. When I met him, I was like, dude, cool cat, dude. Cool cat. He was very quiet, very reserved. But then once you got to know the big guy, he's like, dude, the funniest dude you ever meet. So, and let's get into the solar part, right? So like, let's say, how did you get introduced to solar and how was that transition?
yeah, man. So I got into it, I'd say 2 years ago. You asked me what I was doing before solar. That's what pretty much opened the door for me for going to solar. So before solar, I was doing some personal training coaching at this facility here in Lancaster. I probably did 2 years working at that. I love it. I miss it. Unfortunately, due to COVID, they had to shut down. I had to discontinue my work. And I look forward to going back real soon, hopefully in the future. I remember, I think my first year and a half in, that's when you started getting into solar. I didn't really know what you were doing. I just knew that you were doing door to door. You just told me that you do solar, and I'm like, all right, that's fine as long as you're fine. You're doing your own thing. This is when we just got out of college, so we were trying to figure things out. And then
talk about how when we would like we were like broke, bro. Like I was broke, and like we would just like we wouldn't even do anything. We would just be like, our definition of a day was like heading to Barnes and Noble and reading books, man.
We had a school schedule. During the morning or during the afternoon, instead of school, we'd be at Starbucks, Barnes and Noble,
Telling
the
our
mall.
parents that we were in college.
We were in school. We were in class. You know what I mean? So they're not gonna actually go to the physical school, or the school's not gonna call them like in high school and be like, "Hey, your kid's not coming to class." No, this is college, so they don't care. So that's pretty much was our day. And then I remember pretty much during that time, we were both looking for work. We did some side jobs. We did some side. I remember.
Talk about the surveys, man.
Yeah, I was about to go into the surveys. I was about to go into the surveys to get the Wendy's 4 for 4. We went to the mall. We took a couple surveys. We made like $20 in like 3 hours just answering questions, taking the surveys.
Dude.
And then it came down to the point where like the people working there actually knew Luis by his name. That's how you know we were in there quite often. But we did that. Funny. That was fine. That was fun in a way too, because you know what, we're all hanging out, we're all doing our own thing. Not really people are telling us what to do. So that alone, the freedom of that alone was amazing. Not having someone over your neck telling me like, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. We were just winging it, figuring it out.
Dude, and that's crazy that you're even saying that. What do you think was like the toughest thing that you had to overcome mentally, like to get to where you're at? Because I think that there's a big roadblock. I'll share with you guys, the listeners, is that the biggest roadblock that I had, at least in my personal, like financial, just like entrepreneur journey, was like understanding that there was more to life than just like getting by, like, so it was just more like, there was more to living than just like 60K, 70K, or 80K, whatever the case may be, right? So I was like, okay, man, so if I'm going to be doing this, like I better give it my all. I better make the most of this opportunity. So like, let me ask you that question and flip it over to you, bro. Like, what do you think is the major thing that changed it all for you? Like, was it like a piece of advice? Like, was there like someone that just came up to you and kind of flipped your perspective, whether it was a close family member? What made the difference for you where you were like, dude, I'm going to burn all the ships and I'm going after what I want. Like, I'm not going to quit. This is going to be what I do for the rest of my life.
You know, at the time when I was, getting into the whole coaching thing, I had a lot of coaches that I follow, a lot of mentors I spoke to through Instagram, Facebook. But the number one person that really put that in my head, that shift to, go all in was honestly, I'd say you. The reason for that is because you did a lot of projects on your own. And then within all those projects, you did focus yourself on them. Even with gaming, you were all in on gaming. I remember, dude, it was Christmas, bro. And then you asked me, hey, get on. And I'm like, dude, it's fucking Christmas, man. I'm eating with my man. He's just like, dude, I'm on right now. Let's just get on. Or I remember fucking Thanksgiving, you had a couple wagers, you did a couple tournaments. So you were all in on everything you did. You were in a little bit of marketing. You went all in on marketing. So for me, that was the biggest shift in my head. Like, okay, like I see him focusing on his work. That's what made me focus on my work, my path. I same thing. I did a lot of projects. I did a lot of things. I was very inconsistent with a lot of them. I really I got really focused and consistent when I got into coaching because I enjoyed it. I loved it. So having you there, seeing you do all of your projects, all of your jobs, you were just all in. That's what made me do. And in the beginning, you asked me to do solar with you. What'd I say? I said no. Yeah. I loved what I was doing. I wanted to keep going because I knew I could be the best at it, push a little bit harder. And then I wanted to do things differently my way. Yeah. And at the time, solar seemed great. I saw the money you were making, but it wasn't for me at the time. I wanted to keep myself in the position that I was to maximize my potential at it. And unfortunately, we had some roadblocks, with Corona. We had to discontinue that. And now, honestly, I'm glad I'm here. I do wish I focused a little bit more time on solar while I was coaching. Reason for that is because I know that would have helped me grow the coaching business because of sales, being able to sell myself, market myself, and talk to people. Because with this job, we talk to hundreds of people.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but you said sales right now, right? So how important is money to you, bro?
It's very important, man.
Let the kids know that are your age, 18, 19, 20 years old. Because guys, you guys don't believe it. This guy's younger than me. This guy's 2 years younger than me. So if he's 2 years younger than me, dude, like this guy is just straight putting him on. Even my cousin that's in the background that's filming this, if you're watching this on YouTube, he's 21. I'm 23, man. So he started solar around 20 years old.
Yeah, I was,
Yeah, you're around 20 years old, man. And honestly, I remember you struggling through the whole process. Like, and share that, like how I said, like, when it comes down to the struggle, when it came down to like, learning the process, learning the job, and understanding that, hey, I had to delay my fulfillment, right? Because I think that's one of the biggest things that we overlook in the entrepreneur space is that we all want to have the big fat check, right? We all want to make the six figures. We all want to be the one that's driving the nice whip. We all want to be with the nice watch, the nice bag, whatever the case may be. I like nice things. You're not a bad person for liking nice things. But ultimately, you do have to know that you do need to put in that work like Matthew did. Like Matthew's been working at it very, very hard. But would he be in a way better position if he would have gone all in the beginning? For sure. But he still got the result. You know why? Because he didn't end up quitting. So elaborate on that. Like if you would have to speak to people of the importance of money, because you just said, I loved gym. I loved the gym, right? But you never probably thought yourself, I don't know, you could share this with me, and this is an exclusive. Like, do you think that the reason why you're saying that is because you would have been able to make more money to be able to invest into your passion? Or like what, because there's a lot of people that like, you know it now, right? Because I talk to you about it and I tell you, why do people just go after something that doesn't pay? Like, you should go keep the job that you have right now, make the money. And then once you have enough money, go after what you truly want, But elaborate on that. How important is money, man?
So growing up, we were never really taught money unless you come from a money-oriented family. I was fortunate enough to have my parents were great with money. My mom opened up her own store. I was exposed to money on a daily basis of people sending money, purchasing money. I was cashier, so all I did was manage money, count money. At the end of the day, your job is to count how much is in the cash register, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, I was around money a lot. However, I wasn't taught how to be disciplined and actually manage money. I knew how to count it. I knew how to like hold it, be responsible with it by not losing it. But I was never taught on how to make it and how to multiply it. So kids younger, 18, 16, people say money doesn't make you happy. It doesn't make you happy, but it gives you access to the things that make you happy.
Damn.
That's the biggest thing. So for
my
me,
boy's dropping gems.
For me, I once I started having the vision of wanting to make money, I started seeing materialistic things. People said, dude, like, money's cool, man. Like, but what are you going to do with it? And it made me think, what I mean?
And think about it too. Usually anyone that's telling you that money's not important
don't have it.
Guess what? They don't fucking have it.
They don't have money.
They don't have money. They're usually the broke motherfuckers that are asking you for $3 because they can't afford their burger. Like, that's usually the person that'll tell you money won't make you happy.
So
it won't make you unhappy either. I mean, think about it.
Hey,
and yeah, you were saying.
If I'm okay, let's just say money doesn't make me happy. I'd rather be rich crying in a Ferrari than broke riding in a 99 Honda that barely works.
Well, and the real answer to the question is I'd rather just not be sad at all, right? But
we don't want to be sad but
at
if
all.
We have to choose the poison. You know what I mean? I'd rather have the money to access the things that I want than be broke than not being able to access and give people the resources that they need. You know what I mean?
Dude. And this is where it gets really, really crazy, guys, because you have to understand that a lot of people are like, oh, you see, these guys have a bunch of money and they're not happy. Well, the money is not making them unhappy. That's not the problem. The problem is that they don't know where to shop. Okay,
they're not doing the things with the money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The money that are gonna make them happy. Because if they knew what made them happy, they would be doing it. They would be doing it. They would be like, okay, you know what, Luis? I like snowboarding. Well, if you like snowboarding, go out and snowboard, bro. Instead of just doing nothing and just
And then when it came down to my work. With the whole money thing, I said if I wish I would have invested a little bit more time with the solar while I was doing the training. Yeah. So
elaborate on that.
If I would have focused a little bit more on the solar thing, I would have had a little bit more income coming in. I would have learned a little bit more skills. That would have transitioned to the coaching even more because not only was I able to, sell myself to these people, market myself, but provide them with the equipment that they needed with the funds that I was receiving with the solar. Damn. That was one of the things that one of my regrets during my coaching thing, not taking this a little bit more serious because the money that I would have got, I would have 100% invested it back into my own job with the coaching and all that stuff. Reason for that is because with the whole fitness, the whole personal training thing, we see it, man. Like, we don't see trainers, we don't see coaches providing their clients with the equipment that they need. They're using whatever the gym provides. It's nothing unique.
Well, you just said something that's really huge. Think about it. You were already thinking about the attention to detail. A lot of people don't know about this when it comes down to any industry that they get into. They just think that automatically they're special or they're a person that just completely is the person that is let me hand that over to you, but they just think that they're gonna be handed something, right? So just to elaborate and give you guys a little bit more of a perspective, he's talking about just being more than anything, positioning yourself in a place to win. Okay, so you don't have to necessarily give up what you love right now to be able to position yourself to win. You could work a day job. If you love working a job, working a hobby, or working a side business that doesn't pay, there is no shame in you not making any money in the beginning. But if a freaking year passes by, bro, and you're not making income, there's something wrong, man. There's something wrong. Yeah. But and dive in more, dive in deeper when it comes down to your mindset, man, what do you think is the reason why what's the number one quality that you think that it takes to be successful when it comes down to just in the solar industry or anything in general, man? Like, if you would have to give yourself only one quality, not like, you can't give me multiple qualities. It just has to be one quality that's going to be like, okay, that's going to be it, bro. Like, that's what I would have to be successful in this industry right now.
I'd say ethics. Reason for that is because you always want to have ethics. You want to do right by people. Yeah, you could be a dick. You could be rude. You can come off standoffish, confrontational. But as long as people know that your ethics are perfect, you're always doing the right thing, you're looking out for their best interests, people are going to gravitate towards you regardless of anything. I've seen coaches, I've seen people that work have a horrible attitude. But yet again, they make sure that they take care of you.
They take care of you.
They take care of you. Yeah, they're gonna give you an attitude, or they're not the best approach. Their tone isn't all the way there, or they might give you an attitude, this and that. But best believe they're gonna do whatever it takes to take care of the situation, take care of you, and do right by you. And little do you know, you're going back to them, right? So for me, yeah, I could be a trainer or a coach or a salesman that may not have the best tone, the best attitude at times, but you know that I'm gonna take care of you.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
that I'm gonna get it done for you. I'm gonna look out for your best
or
interest.
let's just say you're not even the most skilled.
The most skilled,
but you have great intentions.
You know, I have the best intentions.
Of course, you have to be.
I'm bound to have people come.
Yeah,
and people are then gonna realize, then okay, he's not the most skilled. However, he finds a way.
He finds a way. He gets the job done, bro. And your skills will skill up as you keep doing it more. You have to understand that, and you have to get better. But ultimately, the biggest thing that I want to be able to convey to the audience is that Matthew wasn't handed anything. He had to work for it. He worked his butt off. He actually worked with me in a previous company before we even launched this company. So it was a long uphill battle, but right now we're adding too many recruits and we're building you a team, man. So talk about that, man. Like, what is it? How exciting is it having people added onto your team, taking on a little bit more responsibility? And dude, you're 21 years old, bro, and you're running a team making six figures, bro. How's that? How's that feel, bro?
It's exciting, but it's also, nerve-wracking. Reason for that is because not anyone at my age or at any age, regardless, has that amount of responsibility, knowing that you're responsible for not just your own head, but multiple heads. That's scary. Reason for that is because you don't want to look like a fraud. You don't want to look like a fool. You don't want people to know that you messed up. People are gonna think that I have all the answers.
Yeah,
I've done it many times. That's not the case. So it is a little nerve-wracking. I got a lot of studying up to do.
Yeah.
A lot of growing, a lot of skills to acquire. But no, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what I can do for these people. I know I can do it. I'll figure out a way to do it.
That's what you always do, man.
We always figure out a way. We always figure out a way. Even we take on the job. In the back of our head, we always tell ourselves, how are we going to do this? But we always get it done.
Dude, that's what I feel like we're great at, and me and you are like very, very, very great at like doing is just killing it when it comes down to execution. I think I'm really good at executing any plan, and you give me shit all the time about it, like how I'm just like crazy. I have too much energy, but yeah, man, like I feel I wouldn't be positioning you in the position that you're in right now if you didn't have the results that you have, bro. So you have to understand that everything, even hopping on an opportunity is going to be intimidating, guys. It is going to be intimidating in the beginning. You know why? Because it's new to you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're the most experienced or the most talented person. You have to understand everyone starts somewhere. Yeah, so you better start.
It's a little intimidating seeing older people walk in and you know that you're actually the authority figure. That's a little intimidating because you're younger than them. You know what I mean? Why would you in reality, you like, you have that feeling like, dang, he's not going to take me serious.
Well, the thing is, dude, like, look and one thing that I'll share with you, dollars are what give you the respect. The result gives you the respect, bro. It's the result, bro. It's just like so many people that are in the solar industry that have probably years and years more experience than me, but haven't accomplished what I've accomplished.
Yeah, and then that's how I was with the coaching thing, like people saw this 19, 20-year-old kid giving training advice, coaching advice. You know what I mean? People came to me. The first year was a little rough. I had to earn people's trust because I was the new kid. I was younger. I was the youngest one. I was the youngest one in that gym, in that facility. Everyone in there was military, law enforcement, retired, worked somewhere high-end, a lot of Northrop, Lockheed people, high-end status people that I'm not even in their league. Dude. After a year and a half of, working my ass off, earning their trust and the respect and getting the results, people actually came to me on their own time, their own will, to ask me for help.
Dude,
that to me was because
you put in the work,
it's
man.
A different feeling, man. Like you don't tend to believe it. You kind of like you hesitate to answer, like, wait, you're coming to me?
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, dude, whether you like it or not, and understand this, guys, that anyone, no matter, even if you got zero friends, bro, and you think you have zero friends, people are watching. Just always know people are watching. So a lot of people always say, hey, dude, I only have 100 followers. I only got 50 followers. Who's want to listen to me, Luis? Like, okay, let 50 people punch you in the face. Let's see if it's a lot of people. Obviously, bro, it adds up. So, like, we all have an influence. We all have a brand, bro. So you might as well just put yourself out there. Just go out and do what you need to do and kill it, bro. What are you waiting for? What are you gonna wait till you're freaking 50 and you have the experience or whatever the case may be? Like, nah, bro, just go after it and get it done.
That's the biggest thing that we always talk about. Like, dude, we're young. We got time to mess up.
But dude, we act with urgency. But that's the thing. Urgency. Like, I act like I'm 50 years old, bro. Yeah. Like I'm gonna die tomorrow, bro. Yeah. Like, 50 years old, I wasn't gonna die at 50. But like, imagine if I was gonna, like,
time's running out.
Yeah, time's running out, bro. So like, in reality, we don't know when the good man upstairs is just gonna tell us, you know what? Hey, dude, GG's today. Good games.
Yeah. Like, so later. For me, I see it as, you know what? I got time to mess up. I got time to catch that rebound. Yeah. So if I mess up now, even when I was coaching, man, like I always told myself, you know what? Like, if I mess this up, all right, man, I'm 20. Yeah. I could do something else. So same thing with the solar, man. Like, I'm 21, you're 23. If worst case scenario, when God forbid shit goes down, dude, hey, man, we're so young. We can do whatever we want. We got all the energy in the world. We could talk. We can, we're getting better at selling. Skilled. You could sell anything. So you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like, you can sell anything.
Dude, I appreciate you, man. And one thing that I want to dive into, dude, you're a big family man. I've never met someone that's super, super loyal like you, dude. I've never met someone like that. Like, literally, not just in my personal life, anywhere, bro. Like, you're really loyal to a fault, bro. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you being a friend, being a great human being, bro. And I want you to elaborate on your family, bro. Like, what does your family mean to you, and what's the most important thing, do you think, in the world for you? Like, it could be an object, it could be a person. Who's the most important, or or what is the most important thing to you, and why do you do what you do, bro? Like, what is the thing that, like, when shit gets hard, you think about, and you're like, because there's a lot of people that are struggling, man, that are, like, doing certain side hobbies right now, and they're like, what? This kid is making solar money? He's doing this? How do you do that? How do you even get to a door-to-door job? How do you even do that? Like, what is the most important thing that gets you through the rough times, bro?
The biggest thing for me was always security. Security for myself, security for everyone in the house, and then others that I care for and love. Mm-hmm. When at the gym and then going into solar, I was barely making any money. A lot of it was just, like, once this pays off, just keep going. Once this pays off and the income finally hits, I'll be able to, take care of myself, take care of the parents. We all have the goal to retire our parents. So that's one of the
Definitely.
biggest things. Secure
Big
my
facts.
parents, secure my dad, secure my brothers, my loved ones.
Generational wealth.
Generational wealth, man. Like
Big boy shit.
I want to know. I would like to know on my deathbed that, hey, like, my kids and my grandkids, if they need something, they know they got it.
Damn, bro.
College is secure.
How much money is that? Tell the people, how much money is that to you? What does it take to get there? Like, for generational wealth.
Generational wealth, man.
What do you want at the end of the day to be able to hit?
know-
What's the biggest goal that you have right now? Like, currently, what is the biggest goal? Because people want to know exactly what you're shooting for too, and we're going to use this podcast as a platform to hold them accountable as well.
For me, the ultimate number, I feel like, for generational wealth, to live, a decent lifestyle for the kids, grandkids, and their kids, I'd say anything around 75 to 100 million.
Damn.
Even a little bit more, because you got to realize,
That's
with
a
this
lot of
money,
cheddar,
we
brother.
like eating good. Steak every
Hey, bro.
goddamn day. Steak and potatoes.
Steak and potatoes.
We eating out.
Mastro's Club.
I
Here
wake
we
up.
come.
So
Hey,
everyone's going to want a nice house, nice cars. Especially the women in the family, they all want high outfits. You know what I mean? The jewelry.
The jewelry.
The jewelry.
You gotta-
Everyone's going to want the jewelry.
Everyone's going to want the Louis bags, the Fendi bags.
And,
Everyone's going to want the good shit.
Shit's only getting more expensive as the years goes, man. Look at cars.
Damn, bro.
Shit gets more expensive.
Hey,
So
let's talk
these people
about
need
that
to be
too.
taken care of, man. So, but here's the thing, though. Even if I don't hit the 50, 75, 100 mil, I know I'm going to spark someone in the family that does.
Dude, for sure.
You know what I
Damn,
mean?
bro. You just said, okay, you're going to inspire change. So do you want to, ultimately, Matthew, what do you want to inspire people? Do you want to be able to eventually like have a platform where you could be able to show kids how you did it from the bottom all the way to millions and millions of dollars? Or what's your ultimate goal? Because we want to, the reason why I keep saying that is because I want you to narrow it down to be exact for you can know where you're aiming for, right?
I live by the motto, live, learn, and pass on. I got that from a high-end coach, a strength and conditioning coach that I follow. I see it as, you know what? I want to go out knowing that I was able to leave behind the blueprints on how to become successful or how to get out of whatever funk people are in, especially to my family, my nieces, nephews, kids, all of them. So for me, my biggest thing is creating the path of letting them know, be like, hey, man, like, you got to live life and you got to learn from life, from the goods and the bads, and you got to pass it on. How do you expect people to get better if you don't pass on the knowledge?
Yeah. And what's the quickest way that people could learn? What's the quickest way that you would tell, like if a kid came up to you, how do I learn the quickest and how do I get really good at sales? What would you tell them?
Ask.
Damn. Hey, damn. He just dropped a
Dude,
bar.
it's
and
so
just
easy nowadays. It's
right?
so easy.
Ask.
Like, we have social media. We have
Damn, bro.
companies.
That's crazy.
Like, dude, like right here. Look, we have Amazon 5 minutes away.
Damn, bro.
We
Spit facts.
can talk to a manager, ask for help and advice, and they'll give it to us.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
It's just asking.
So you're saying, so just to narrow it down, other than ask, right? So you're saying,
ask and experiment.
experiment and ask. So like, do you mean like, do I go online and find mentors? Do I go on books? Like what would be your game plan? Like if you told them right now, step by step, you know how I like everything. I break down everything into step by step just for it could be implementable advice for the people listening, right? So asking, break that down. What would you do? Actionable steps. Go.
Actionable steps. So, all right. First, we got to figure, all right, what do we want? Who has it? Yeah. Ask them. Okay. And be like, hey, I don't have any funds, but do you have any material that's free? Master the material that's free.
Okay.
Implement the material that's free. Okay. You start getting some money. Mm-hmm. Now you have access to different other resources. So let's just say you go back to that guy that you got the free stuff with. Be like, hey man, I maximized the stuff that you gave me for free. I got a little bit of income. What courses do you have for me? What information do you have for me for this money that I got?
Damn.
Okay, there you go. Maximize
Fucking
what he
bars.
just gave you. Okay, you bought $100 course. Maximize that $100 course. Master it. Implement it. Okay.
Master,
You got
implement.
more money. You got more money coming
sure.
in, right? Because you mastered that $100 worth of worth, turned it into a couple thousand. Go back to that mentor, whoever else. I got a couple thousand. What can I get? Boom. There you go. Repeat.
Damn. So
And
you're saying-
what happened? You just asked, and you got some free stuff.
Bro, you're all you're doing is positioning yourself to be of value to the person and tell them, hey, you know what? I really like your stuff. I find it very enjoyable, whatever the case may be. You helped me out a lot in my life. Do you have any extra material that I could, read up on, I could study up on? And then they're going to be like, yeah, sure, I have a free book, or I'm going to send you over a book, whatever the case may be. You go over your book, you study what you need to do, and then you implement exactly what you need to do. So
For me to say how I used it, okay,
Yeah.
like for me, I'm a big fan of Grant Cardone and Andy Frisella. Shout outs to those guys if they ever end up hearing this.
Grant
Grant-
Cardone.
YouTube's free, right? Grant has hundreds of videos on YouTube for free. He has
too many.
ebooks, books for free.
Bro.
What do you do? All right, podcasts. Podcasts are free. If you have YouTube, you have podcasts. That's
Yeah.
free stuff, right? Andy Frisella has thousands of material that's free. So what I did is I heard the podcast, I learned it, I implemented it, and there we go.
Hey, and also I didn't let everyone know, bro. Where are you from?
So I'm American boy, Southern. Nah.
Nah, you're
No,
obviously
my
you're
parents,
American, but
my parents are Salvadorian. I know my dad came in, I believe, his early 20s.
damn, bro, that's crazy.
Or no.
He probably came earlier,
He
bro.
came earlier.
Yeah, he probably
Same
came
thing
around
with
20.
my mom. They
That's
both.
when they usually come.
So I had a couple. My oldest aunts, their oldest siblings came here first. They went to Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
That's where everyone goes. And then they stayed at a 1-2 bedroom apartment. I think it was 1 bedroom.
Damn.
And then once all my aunts, my mom, and my dad came, that's where they all stayed. 1 bedroom apartment. Everyone slept on floors, couches. And
Damn.
once people started working, people started moving next door. Same thing. Everyone shared a room, shared an apartment. And I remember once years ago, I went to with my brother Steve. We went to Tommy's, the one that he likes to go to in L.A. Across the street.
Shout out to Steve.
Shout out to Steve. Across the street is the apartment complex where my dad and my parents stayed.
Damn, bro. That's
Across
why he
the
likes
street.
going there.
That's
huh?
why we love going to Tommy's, because across the street, it just hits at home. That little piece of history right there, like that's where our parents lived.
Damn,
And that's
bro.
where
That's crazy. I didn't even know
That's
that.
where 4 of my uncles and aunts all stayed in that one room.
Damn.
And then my dad got a little bit of money, moved my mom's out, made some moves,
Damn,
And
he
then
bossed up. He
bossed
said,
up,
he said,
you know?
he said, I bossed up. I buy real estate, homie.
Like, hey,
I
ma.
really about that life, cuz.
Said, hey, ma,
Know what I'm
you
saying?
ain't got to live with 4 other people.
You ain't gotta live. You ain't gotta struggle like that.
You gotta struggle like that
You
no
ain't gotta
more.
strong. You ain't gotta struggle like that, youngin' no more.
Yeah, we
You know what I'm
supersizing
saying?
that Tommy's
I'll put
burger
you
now.
on, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a man that thought he put you on, but I could really put you on.
Yeah,
That's what he said. That's what your dad told your
Hey,
mama.
and in a fun fact, my dad is 5'5", 5'4", like
Bro, your
5'5".
dad's a
My
stud.
mom is 5'9". So
Dude.
shout out to the short guys out there, you know what I mean?
Bro.
So, hey, if people want to talk about challenges, having the world against them, look at my dad. My dad, same thing. Immigrant, didn't know the language, 5'5", got a construction job, working union benefits. Got my mom, which is 5'9", which everyone thought was impossible because none of my uncles have a wife
that's all.
that's even close to that height.
Damn, bro.
Hey,
So
hey.
she saved your genes, bro.
She saved the genes in the family because all of my cousins, everyone else from my dad's side, oh man, best believe ain't nobody my height.
Dude,
Nobody.
yeah, he's probably like 5 foot.
You know? So-
tallest dude.
Mama saved the genes. My grandma, she's like 5'10". 5'9".
Damn, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Well, yeah, man, I'm glad that we got to talk for a little bit. Honestly, I felt like this is very insightful when it comes down to like your story, dude. It's really cool.
Yeah, we can talk all day, man.
We could talk all day,
all
like
day.
literally. And I'm gonna dive more deep into his story as we progress. This is not gonna be the last time that you're gonna be on the Uncrowned Kings.
You guys heard
podcast,
probably
podcast,
5%
podcast.
of everything. You guys probably heard 5-10% of the whole enchilada. So we got a lot of stuff coming for you guys, a lot of information, a lot of stuff to tell you guys.
And yeah, we're gonna have some kick-ass guests, dude. I'm glad that you were the first one, man.
No, I'm honored, man. Thank you, man. You had a lot of options. I'm glad it was me. This is an honor. It's a privilege. This is cool. This is exciting. I hope to be your co-host.
Hey, bro,
Be
dude.
the co-host.
Hey,
you know what I
low
mean?
key, this would be cool, bro. We could co-host and we could get certain people on the podcast. We already have a couple big names in the entrepreneur industry that we're gonna have on our podcast, and we're just gonna. You guys are gonna be like a fly on the wall. That's it. Like we're gonna have a conversation with them. That's it.
And then here's the thing,
You
like
know?
we want to make a difference because we're not just we don't want to just ask boring interviewing questions. We want to make this as genuine as possible, you know, where we're cracking open a little drink, we're all having a good time, we're all relaxed, and we're actually talking as men and women, as people, as friends. That way you guys actually get to know these people, not only as just that millionaire or that person on Instagram, but to know who he or she actually is as a person. And I feel like that's some of the things that we do miss out on these high-end podcasts that, you know, like
They're not goofy.
They're
not.
you know what I mean?
They're not being
like,
themselves.
They
Whoa.
sound too professional. They sound too good. Like I know
you fucked up
I
at
know
least
you
3
fucked
times.
up, man. Like they just edited it out,
Yeah.
made it sound good. Like, nah, man. Like, let the people know who you really are, what you really like to do, how you really your
Yeah, bro.
lingo. You know what I mean? Everyone has
Yeah.
a lingo. Like
Everyone likes to be themselves, bro. And
You know?
and one thing that we're gonna share, like, you know, whether we get 1 viewer, 2 viewers, 3 viewers, it doesn't matter for us. What we're doing this is just to be able to document this and look back on it and be like, damn, bro, we came a long way. You know, that's why we do these. We're doing this podcast, and also to be able to provide a platform for people that like didn't have one before. Like, let's just say if it's someone that's achieved something really great in our city
Absolutely.
or
If
around our
someone
community.
has a story, someone has
Yeah.
a story, someone has a crazy success story, and then they have a message for everyone. They
or
have
or
their
you're
own
not
side
even
on things.
like
you know,
yeah,
just-
a lot of cool stuff, man. Like local businesses too. We could we could
Businesses,
have businesses
Moms
here.
and pops,
Mom,
locals,
yeah,
all that
for
stuff.
sure.
Like we want to hear from you guys too. Like how, especially the older businesses. We want to know how you guys made it through hard times during the recession.
Damn.
Now,
sure.
how did you guys manage with COVID?
There's some businesses out there, bro. I'm like, how are you even in business? And they're still in business,
still
and
in business.
they're mom and pop businesses.
Mom and
So
pop
like,
businesses.
that's really kick ass, and that's really inspiring. That's more inspiring than I think like looking at a business that's already making $1 million and just living off of like marketing on Facebook and shit like that. Because like I think that just shows the level of integrity and consistency that they have towards their business. But that's besides the point, man. So we'll dive more into that in the next episode. Next episode's going to be with a special guest that we're going to have, an entrepreneur as well. He's going to be a high figure entrepreneur. I'm not going to announce it here yet because I want you guys to
Am I looking at him?
Yeah, you're probably.
Yeah, probably think I'm looking at him right now.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning into the podcast. This was Uncrowned Kings episode 1 with Matthew Rivas, and it was a pleasure, homie.
Pleasure, man.
Pleasure,
Looking forward to the
pleasure.
next.
Alrighty, man. I'll see you guys. Thank you, guys.